bitch.
Arm spiral is fantastic. Don't keep the stride so short. Like you're a lanky guy with leverage. Seems a little too short. Okay, so this is February 18th, and I want to talk about the shoulder hiccup that we had, because like transparency is like a big part of this program, and you know it's really easy to say like, you know, here's our first throw, and then now we're throwing 97. Like it's really nice just for, you know, a title cover of a video, but I do want to talk about, you know, what happens when things don't go the right way and kind of how we navigate around that. And I think Preston is a great example of, you know, the process here. All right, so like I said, this was February 18th, and, you know, we're starting to deal with this kind of dull, like achy sensation starting posterior shoulder, running down kind of through the deltoid. So this first clip here was just him in February sending me a description of like where the pain was. This is post-lift, and I just want to give you guys an accurate kind of example of what we're kind of dealing with in the back of the shoulder there. Just pointing with it with his finger. Moving on, I just wanted to see, I put him through a lot of tests. Like I put it into our True Coach app, and we got on the phone, so it's kind of hard to show what we did. We did test the O'Brien's test. I'm just a little iffy personally with the O'Brien's test, because like it's fairly uncomfortable for a lot of like athletes that just throw at a very high intensity. So I didn't really care too much about that feedback for this specific situation. I just wanted to see like, okay, is there damage to the labrum and the cuff, or is this just like general like fatigue through overpronation, you know, throwing change ups again for the first time, just coming off Tommy John, right? So yet again, just seeing flexion and extension here. A little bit of trap activation. Like you can see that he's like definitely like kind of on guard, like kind of up in his traps, just a little nervous about it. And then over here, this was a big one. I just wanted to see him like drive a car. Yet again, like mainly like all I care about is how the actual shoulder was moving here. I'm kind of seeing the difference. Like, okay, is this when we throw a change up at ball release, or when we pronate the fastball at ball release, and then afterwards that kind of dull aching sensation sets in? Or is this just like daily life pain? Like if I was going to ask him to go just perform a task like open a microwave or like drive a car, like is this going to leak into daily life? And that was the separation that I was trying to find with these tests here. All right, moving on. Posterior shoulder is now fixed. This is March 14th. Needled it, deloaded it. IR restoration to the max. It was basically just shoulder tightness through pronation. Pretty standard there. However, now this is about a month later, so everything was fine. Elbow pops up. So just finished throwing it at, this is March 14th. Tried to keep in the velo range, but elbows flared up, so it was a little low. I'm not understanding why. This is a never-ending cycle of problems. Shoulder feels great, but elbow feels like shit. Really getting kind of draining. So now I'm like, okay, describe the elbow. When did this pop up? Like, were you tired when you woke up? Like, when did this happen? This was just very like acute, just kind of came out of nowhere, right? So I'm like, all right, we're gonna deload again. Trust me, I'm getting frustrated here as well. Just had a TJ guy panic about his arm, and I'm using this as an example here. And this is important because connections in the industry are fantastic. I'm very appreciative of the fact that I can just make a phone call, or people can give me a phone call, and we can just bounce ideas off of each other. Like I get a phone call the other day about a dude that needs like clavicle help. Like a coach is just like, hey, like what do you got on that? Hey, the kid's cuff is flared up. Got a guy with bone spurs. Like what do I do? And it's appreciative that people in the industry can kind of just, you know, bounce ideas off of each other. And this is a good example. I said, I just want you to know, I just had a TJ guy panic about his elbow. Got him on the phone with not one, not two, but 3 PTs and professionals that I know. All 3 of them called me after those meetings and said, Cass, the kid is fine. It's just TJ, all right? So that happens. Yet again, not here to discredit your pain, but sometimes there is gonna be negative feedback, and the correct thing to do here is to not panic and to address the symptoms, and sometimes not the negative consequences of like just starting to think if things are wrong. Like just address the symptoms and we'll move forward, right? So he describes it as a dull radiating pain lining the ulna, woke up tight. It's super weird things that trigger it. The valgus doesn't really bother it. Only spot that does is really on that elbow bone, but nowhere in the forearm or the UCL area at all. All right, so this is now March kind of 20th to 22nd. What he's been seeing this physical therapist in person I just want to say to whoever that was, Preston was the middleman. I do want to say thank you for this because this was absolutely fantastic. Preston was the middleman, and we're just talking about like shoulder IR, and the PT's like, yes. I'm talking about, do you want to needle this? He's like, yes. Do you want to do this perturbation exercise? He's like, yes. Like everything was just very like smooth. And yet again, going back to the connections, like when people decide to not butt heads, it's very valuable in a situation like this. So we're talking about needling, and I said, ask the PT if he's an advocate for needling into/around the scar itself. My PTs would do that for TJ guys a ton for scar tissue purposes. I am 99% sure that you had scar tissue breakage, and that's a good thing sometimes. It just feels weird, okay? And like a lot of guys will DM me, people that don't even train with me, and they're like, hey, like I've kind of felt something, but like it feels better now. Like I felt something on my arm, like everything kind of like feels better. And like, yeah, scar tissue, you know, can you know, freak a lot of people out. So now, next you know, after that, this is that Friday morning, needle this morning went well, needle scar in the surrounding areas, all the way up to that ulnar muscle. Woke up and it was feeling pretty good, and the needles made it feel better, got some good twitches and all that, so we'll see how it goes tomorrow. After that, another day goes by. Phenomenal news today. Elbow is feeling so good, still at about 80% compared to last week, but it's night and day. I enjoyed throwing today for the first time in about a month and a half. Yet again, just to recap, February 18th, we had a lot of like shoulder IR issues. We resolved that. Next thing you know, the elbow was probably compensating for that, potentially some scar tissue breakage, needle through it, restore ROM. Next thing you know, I responded with best week in a long time. Well done, my man. Let's keep moving forward. Best week in 2 months. We are so back, and I go seized. Now, this is now April 3rd, and this is where I'm like, all right, we're gonna do this the right way. So yet again, just full transparency. I am very, very big on velocity thresholds here. Something that I am actually trying to get better at is to harp on guys more. Because sometimes, like, if I say like, hey, like we're 65 to 67, and somebody like, oops, you know, I hit 70 miles an hour. It's like, you know what? Absolutely not. We have to follow those rules. You know, it's just about the progression itself. I get it. It's cute. It's fun to like move like ahead of schedule, but I care about the final result, right? In terms of velocity thresholds. So, you know, throwing today, once again, this is April 3rd. Very, very good. Arms feeling great. Balls in the zone, moving well. And I said, all right, any radar today? Or no, it's fine regardless. And he's like, nope, yep, 70 to 80. Trying to keep velo down as best as I can. Thank you very much, because I know that throwing slow is sometimes harder than throwing hard. Lastly, just a healthy reminder, we ended up getting onto the mound again in early May, I want to say, and the goal was to get to an 85 to 90% intensity consistently, and then we can slope, and that's exactly what we did. So we got bumped back basically from February 18th to March 14th. I said 3 weeks, let's just call it 4 weeks. We got bumped back about 4 weeks from that flare-up, but in the grand scheme of things, that is absolutely nothing, because he throws 97 now, and I'm getting some pretty cool texts about his college career in the future. So just want, yet again, just a bit of a you know, more unedited description about, you know, kind of what we did here, but I just do want to talk about like what this was, because these are things that, you know, social media sometimes doesn't post, and I want to be transparent about it, and we're allowed to be transparent about it because the dude's having a ton of success now, and I think examples like that are going to help guys in the future, you know, getting through Tommy John. So I just wanted to wrap up the post with that, but you guys can go back and watch the 97 transition cover if you want.